Thank you for taking the time to click on L.O.R.E. Please subscribe here and don't forget to follow us on twitch.tv/LoreLivePlay.
The province of Talantis, a lush landscape almost untouched by civilization. A prime example of nature thriving, domineering the slow-growing settlements on its fringes.
It is here that something new has begun to take shape. Creatures not native, nor natural by evolutionary means have made themselves known to curious outward eyes.
Curiosity, however, should be shared with a side of caution. These creatures show much aggression, are exceedingly territorial, and have presented themselves as a problem for many. But maybe not for a few whose paths have yet to be determined.
Whether or not these individuals walk the paths that will be presented to them,
Events will unfold as they will.
No one is ever appropriately called to action,
but these few
Will have a hand
and uncovering
the guise of
of
these new untamed
beasts.
beasts.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for waiting for 27 minutes. We are back with the Guise of Untamed Beasts. This is L.O.R.E Live Play, aka L.O.R.E, aka League of Rolling Expeditioners. My name's Chris Ferguson, humble host and no longer Dungeon Master. Thank you, Matthew, Dungeon Master Pillow. And, take it away, sir.
Oh, where do I begin?
By
Hello,
quitting.
everyone. Welcome. Yes, I'm leaving. Goodbye.
TPK.
TPK, everyone dies. Rocks fall
Bye.
from the sky. Hi. Welcome to tonight's episode of the Guise of Untamed Beasts. I am your Dungeon Master, Mathew Garro. With me are my players. I'm just going to start firing off. Dio, go.
Woo!
Hi, I'm Dio Garner, the world's first and only fan of that live-action Underdog movie. And I play Azazel. He's a hobgoblin wizard. I'm super happy to be here.
Clearly he is. You should have heard him behind the scenes. But
Yeah.
next, let's go Lark.
Hi, I'm playing Lark Rose, who is a human cleric, and that's me.
Oh, hi, Lark.
Oh, hi.
She makes the damnedest good cookies. Now we'll jump on over to Luminary.
Hi, I'm Luminary. I'm the sun elf bard that dances. That's it.
She's the son of an elf.
Son of an elf. The daughter of the
Son
elf,
of an
or maybe just an elfin elf. But
Oh.
Moon.
F an elf.
We got here Moon.
Hi, I'm Roxanne. I play Moon, a Asmar druid with nice parents who really love her. Aww.
Very rare in Dungeons and Dragons characters.
It is very rare.
Her
Yeah.
parents love her, but she gets into the biggest amounts of trouble.
The
I mean,
darndest
technically, we're
things.
babysitting her.
Pretty much.
Technically.
Oh god.
That's doing a very good
Surprising.
job.
It's
We're-
like like teenager outreach programs. I guess.
Yeah.
We're
Teenagers who could turn into
Yeah.
a whale.
we're in the D&D Big Sister program.
Yeah.
Next up we got Ordain. Go.
Hi there, I'm Ordain. I am a Dragonborn Blood Hunter. So that's pretty cool.
That is pretty
And
cool.
confusing as... Oh, crap.
He's calm, quiet, content,
That's-
and very ruthless when he
that's
needs to be.
cool.
But last but not least, we got Chris.
Ferguson. Hi, that's me. I'm Chris. I play Trovik, a confused barbarian minotaur who thinks that he is an orc. And is also vegan and scared of heights.
And we will find out one day if someone will question him enough to be like, you're not an orc, you're a minotaur. But until that day comes, I am the dungeon master. I play all the PCs, enemies, NPCs, whatever the case may be. I am the harbinger of their doom. But let's continue on.
Are you playing D&D?
We're here to play some D&D.
A hip, a hop, a hippity to hip.
So,
Needs
Last
to be
time.
so mean when this dog's up on the scene. Under dog.
Under. Oh god.
Good night, everybody.
Last session, I can't even remember at this point.
Fair.
My head is filled with so many random thoughts. But the last session, the party had made their way back to the Lilac Grove, seeking out the tree speaker and hopefully trying to find out if she was still there and maybe confront her finally. However, the area was abandoned, quiet, and left undisturbed. Azazel and Moon investigated the area while the rest of the party stayed a safe distance away. Searching the hovel within this hillside that she had emerged from last time, the two found almost nothing of importance, just the abandoned abode of where she stayed.
Words.
Feeling the area was vacant and safe enough, the two of them signaled to the rest of the party to join in as they took a time to look around the area, maybe something they missed. It was not for a handful of them that noticed that the small little pond that converged into a river just around the bend of this large tree of blossoming lilacs, that there was some movement. Moon took it upon herself to wild shape into a giant crocodile and submerge into the water while the rest of them kind of lingered around the shoreline just to keep an eye on her. As she kind of swam into the water, she found that the water was almost combating her, like there was a mysterious current that she was swimming against, and she noticed that on the deeper parts of it there were these bulbous looking blue rocks that, as she got closer, they began to sprawl outwards into the very familiar, well, not to her, but to Trovik and Azazel, the very familiar mutacious looking crab monsters that they have fought previously before. And as they emerged from the water, and Moon found herself trapped within the confines of whatever was restraining her, some sort of invisible creature, two large water spouts emerged into some sort of elemental-like creature and engaged the party. A quick battle was had as a large mass of vegetation, a shambling mound of algae and vines, also emerged from the bottom of the pool, but was quickly turned into salad and consumed by the now whale form of Moon, while the rest of the crabs were severely eviscerated by the cloud of daggers left behind by Luminary, with the rest of the party just kind of cleaning up here and there and making sure nothing was left behind. But once everything was safe, calm, and quiet, all of them went back into the little hovel, this time illuminating the place, and with a little bit of a deeper dive, Azazel found a small little note hidden in the roots hanging from underneath the hill. A note left behind by the tree speaker saying that, well, you found my home, but if you want to find me, because I ain't going to stop, and you're definitely going to stop either, meet me at the Blade Garden. Convening with each other, kind of like musing over your thoughts and figuring out what the Blade Garden was, you learn that it is a sacred place, quote unquote, left behind by an old druid who many centuries ago had a last stand against a lot of the guards of the settlements that they had tried to destroy. And in place, the spirit embodied a large oak tree that is now symbolized for warriors who come to place a sword or a dagger or some sort of blade into the ground to commemorate a fallen soldier, both to honor that fallen soldier and to appease the spirit of the old druid. But the question is, where is it located? It is but a fleeting rumor, almost a mystery in itself. But all of you kind of pooled your resources, and you had a few initial ideas of who you could go ask. And I will quickly just mention again. So all of you kind of picked up that you could either go back to Boamar and speak with the centaur woman Merlet Hazeldreamer, who is, the speaker, the overseer of the town itself, and has a very strong connection to nature in itself. You could go to Samyaza and speak to Grizz, the quote-unquote head of the lizard folk and one of Orn's commune mates. they might know something, considering a lot of the lizard folk have kind of moved about the region itself. One other one I forgot about that you could venture to is in Samyaz as well. You could also speak to Camilla the She-Devil, a very mean and raucous bounty hunter that a few of you have met previously. Though
I forgot about Camilla.
Yeah. You may not get it out of her so easily, but she's also a possibility that you could learn the information from. You also have in Ramlo, Brannon McGannis, Moon's druidic teacher. You also have a gentleman by the name of Lodrin Dane, an orc fellow who used to be a warrior, a mercenary of some kind, but retired to the life of a merchant and now kind of running the logistics of all the harvest and crops within Ramlo to be spread across the country. That's pretty much it. So you have choices.
What's closest?
From where you are, Ramlo would be the closest. It's about a 2-day travel. So it's just a matter of who you want to go to, who you want to try and convince to get the information out of.
Is Ramlo along the way toward the other ones?
Well, Ramlo is directly west of the location.
Yeah.
Semyaza is a little bit more northwestern, and Bolmar is northern.
Oh, okay. So we really have to choose one or the other.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm happy to not go back to Ramlo. Actually, if that's
yeah.
I don't mind that.
Just like an above board question. When we like took Moon with us, did we like get conditions from her parents of like how far can we take her, have her home by 11? Like
Moon will say no.
No.
Yeah.
Cool.
No.
I think they just want us to make sure she's well fed.
They were convinced enough when you guys recruited her that the fact that, you know, they were familiar with L.O.R.E and that there were a lot of you, and, you know, they figured, okay, she's
super responsible people, yes.
Yes.
Moon's protecting us. Are you kidding?
Yeah, no, just wanted to make sure because, you know, she's the only minor.
We kind of need her.
We gotta be careful. I don't want to upset any legal guardians.
Or
just as also another note, you did leave behind Doxia to be watched over by Zilri and Voda back in Ramlo. As well.
Damn it.
Well, we'll go back eventually.
Yeah, I could,
I'm not saying you have to.
I could just
have to go back now.
I could write a note, attach it to Pepper's leg, and just have Pepper fly back to Ramlo if we want to go to one of the other places. Moon, do you want to try and talk to your teacher about this, or do you think we'd have better luck going back to Boamar?
I'd like to go to Boamar because if we go back to Ramlo, it gives an opportunity for my parents to be worried.
We have tainted the child.
Fair enough, and not concerning at all. I'm gonna start writing a note.
You didn't need to.
Yeah, you didn't need to.
Writing a note to Zilri, just being like, hey, we're going back to Boamar for a lead. She wasn't at this previous layer. Potential meeting place for her. We have a lead. Yada yada yada. I'm gonna write yada yada yada, and
that's your tagline.
And I'll tie it to Pepper's leg, and I'll tell him.
She
just to
presumably
fly back.
knows you, so.
Yeah, and I'll just tell him to fly back to Ramlo and give the letter to Zilri.
All right. Give Pepper the little note tied to his leg. He takes it in his beak and eagerly flutters off westward.
Cool.
Don't die.
I mean, that's good advice, but you know, when he dies, he just kind of goes back to the Feywild, and then I just summon him back.
Doesn't it
That
cost
sounds
you
awful.
monies?
Well, yeah, but I stocked up on supplies for that, so.
So your dead bird could get expensive if many times dies.
Well, yeah, that's why he tends to not like dying.
So Trovek give him best wishes not to die. He's good.
That's fair enough.
Okay, it is battle plan.
Kind of an anti-battle plan, really.
What?
Are we going to argue about this?
No, where are we going?
We are going to go back to Boamar, probably, maybe. I don't know. Do we want to go back to Lakeburg.
I don't know if anybody on the East Coast knows this, but whenever you guys say Boamar, it sounds exactly like somebody from Baltimore saying the way they pronounce Baltimore is Baltimore. You're just like, Boamar. I'm like, yeah, let's go to Baltimore. Let's go. Let's go to the aquarium.
Baltimore, like Hairspray the musical. That's crazy.
I want to go see Cats. All right. Anyway, that's where we
Moving right along.
Moving right along.
We're back, folks.
So
we wanted to go to Boamar. We wanted to go to
Baltimore.
So Moon's like packing like her mule right now, Squamous, and just like, okay, so like we'll go there, and then we'll get this, and oh, you guys not ready yet?
Moon's already back at the cart with Squamish and the horses. Well, actually, I don't know if you guys actually took the horses this time. I think you actually walked here.
Yeah.
Did we walk?
Yeah.
Funny friend.
No, we took
Yeah.
carriage.
So
No,
we
I
have to
think-
go back to the horses.
If you want to go back to Ramlo to pick up the cart and the horses that you guys have, you're more than welcome to.
That's
Oh,
so
we
much
left them all the way back
walking.
there?
Yeah.
Okay,
If you
never mind.
want to
Okay.
get back to your
Never mind.
horses, whoa, 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 pull this string.
I mean,
as you walk. Okay.
based on where the party is situated now, Ramlo is the closest location to any sort of settlement. Then it would be Semyaza, then it would be Boamar. But you could also attempt to search for it on your own, or maybe go to one of the other settlements that are a little bit further away and try and find some info there. If anybody does remember that the region itself, it's almost like a U in terms of the roadway system, and all the settlements are kind of like on the
Underdog
outskirts.
sweater, exactly.
Sure. Oh boy. So Boamar. Boamar it is?
Yeah, might as
Okay.
well.
Sure.
Are
I
you
already
guys
sent Pepper.
You're like, we'll meet you there.
okay? So how are you gonna get there? Are you gonna go back westward and then follow the road, or are you just gonna cut through the Tierney open fields?
What is best way to get?
Moon, how comfortable do you feel of getting us through the open fields in that direction?
We can do that.
Moon's
Awesome.
just down for anything. Don't you know this by now? She set off a trap that almost killed us. I don't think she cares.
Oh, that's right.
That's
She
a
did
little
do that.
dramatic. No one was close to dying.
That is not true. Little Star protected everybody with her own body. Did you not see when she jumped in Frog's mouth?
I don't think she did that on purpose.
She was making sure that he had not room to eat anyone else.
Yeah, that's exactly what she was doing, Trovic.
All right, so let's
See
keep
this
going,
one,
True
shall we?
warrior.
Just go this
On
way.
the road.
You
All right,
mighty
so-
warrior, Moon.
That will attempt to guide us there.
All
Oh,
right.
no.
Through the Tierney open fields. Okay. So since you're leading the charge, I'd like you to make a survival check for me.
I am going to give a guidance to her before she does that.
We're going
Sure.
to Baltimore.
And then a wolf.
You
comes
get a
out and he's
D4,
like,
an
Are you going
extra
to Grandma's
D4.
house?
Over the river.
So basically, Lark just leans over and pats her on the shoulder and says, "You've got this."
So that'll be an 18.
18. All right.
Nice.
Gather your belongings. You
Of
know,
course I do.
northbound. It's a little bit on the eastern side of things, but it is, or sorry, the western direction, but it is mostly northern from this location. You're not quite sure how long it's going to take you, but you go past the hillside here, start heading north, traveling through the abundant grasslands that make up the Tierney open fields. I'm going to say roll a d6 for me.
Combat time.
Uh-oh.
Like a D6.
And that now.
That is a 4.
A 4.
At least it's not a 7. Because Trova couldn't count.
Okay. After about, not very long, maybe about an hour, just over an hour, heading north, you can see that there are sections of, it's mostly grassland, it's mostly flatland. There's the odd, uneven terrain, the hills that kind of make up portions of this region itself. But there are times where the vegetation gets a little bit thicker, a little bit more higher grass or big bushes, a handful of trees here and there, but it's fairly open. You can see that some of the birds kind of flying about. You notice that, pretty sure, yeah, even with your passive perception, you'd notice that there are some creatures about, moving within the glades, let's say. But they don't seem to disturb you. Most of them tend to keep their distance. The odd L.O.R.E that you kind of come across here and there.
That's okay. Nature's allowed to exist around us.
Mm-hmm. But you do notice that off in the distance there is, a lot more movement. Aside from like the few critters here and there, but you can see that there's more movement, a little more to the northeast. It looks like maybe a pack or a herd of some kind. And you can kind of hear it as you guys are moving. You pick it up.
Pack over that way.
Make a nature check for me with advantage, just because you're a druid mostly.
When Moon says there's a pack, Azazel's just gonna start like rifling through his stuff and pull out a tiny little bottle of spirits and uncork it just to get ready in case.
Oh,
all right.
Like wine?
I say there's
Hey,
a pack.
you should share some.
Alcohol out. Nice.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Damn
You're
it,
ready.
combat.
Should I get out my cookies?
Yeah.
Yes.
Are your
Start
cookies a
making
material component for a
ninja
spell?
ninja stars.
They could be.
They could be.
They are
Yeah.
now.
So,
They're yummy crumbles.
I think actually, yeah, there's quite a few spells you could use that for.
It would be a waste of a good cookie, though.
Wow.
would it?
Well,
Well,
I guess it depends on the spell.
True.
If the spell made more cookies, maybe not.
Duplicate.
You have 3 wishes. I wish for 1,000 more wishes.
So,
Damn it.
Moon, you kind of like take a moment. You keep going, but you take a moment and think. It feels like heavy footfalls. Nothing like monstrous, nothing strange, but you can definitely feel the ground kind of like shift ever so slightly with the movement in itself. And okay, this is like a herd of some kind. And it's not until they come into purview, they're almost going in more of like a southwestern path, not necessarily directly towards you, but
Like
there
past
may
here.
be a cross.
Okay, so I kind of like put my hand up until like Duster Peel will be sent. Like, look, guys, there's a beautiful herd, and they're
What's
gonna be crossing this way. Look at this majestic team moving along together. It's really
And-
nice to see when nature works together.
Yeah, and it's you can it's like the grass here is not all that tall. It's maybe like knee high, but with the very sparse amount of trees, you can definitely see off in the distance. You can see this herd moving, and you pick up on it after a few moments. It seems to be like a herd of boar of some kind.
They look like boars of some kind.
Not very
And-
exciting.
Moon seems like she's talking
Everything's
to some
exciting in
other
nature.
extraterrestrial person that is telling her what she is hearing and seeing. And she's repeating exactly what it is
I
telling
don't think
her.
boar like cookies.
Hmm.
I never got that impression. I don't know many of them personally, though.
Boar make good trophy
I'm sorry, what?
for small
We need
living
to
room.
make a trophy out of them.
Can we not do that?
They're just
They
passing through.
Are they? Are they heading in our direction?
Winter
They're
coats?
They might
adjacent.
change.
So let's say
It's
you
nature.
guys are going directly north, give or take. They're coming down like this, but they're off at a bit of a distance. But Moon, you can see that there are a couple that are larger than the rest. You can make out the movement of the normal or regular sized ones, but there are like 2 or 3 that are somewhat bigger.
Hey, don't bigger shame the bigger boars, okay?
I would never shame animals.
He's just
No.
murder hobo testing us.
But I'll say,
So-
everybody make a perception check for me.
Okay.
All of you at this point can see, like, okay, there's
Everybody? Okay.
after Moon pointing it out, there's a pack
See.
or a herd of boar kind of making
Nice. That's a
Making
dirty
their way.
20.
I got a natural 20. That would be a 24.
Ugh. Well, it's a good thing you guys are looking.
Ooh.
Can someone tell me how to pull up the rolling stuff again on Boundary? I don't see anything.
Oh, well, because you can't click on your character. So you'll
Yeah.
have to go in.
D&D.
You know, on the right,
D&D
you have a
Beyond.
little, like, talking bubble, and then you
little
have
chat
this,
box.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
and then the little people, like a little crowd.
Here. If
Click
it
on
makes
that, and in players, you should be able to find your character sheet.
Oh.
it
Okay.
easier for you guys, I will place down your tokens in a map.
Or
Okay.
4, 5. Who am I missing? Missing somebody.
No,
Who am I
you're
missing?
not.
There you are. All right.
Throw the
See?
kid.
You
All of
said
you should know-
perception, right?
Yep. So who got above about an 18?
Dang, I was 1 off.
21.
So you were one shot?
For some reason, I can't see the game log. There
I
we
got a
go.
natural 20.
I got a dirty
Nice.
20.
So
Did the
I
dice
got it.
melt this time?
Also a number that starts with a 2. But that's as far as it goes.
Oh.
So, Lark, Zazel, and Moon. The 3 of you kind of like focusing, all of you trying to focus on this herd. Some of you a little bit more distracted than others, kind of keeping an eye on, the other assortment of animals that are kind of living about in this wild land of grass and sparse tree. You do see that on one of the larger ones that's coming about southwest. The biggest one of the herd, it seems to be there's someone sitting up atop the larger one riding it.
Ha!
And you can kind of make out a bit more of like necessarily a grizzled looking male individual. More so like someone who's probably lived out in nature. It's kind of a little bit more rustic look to them, kind of like simple clothes, somewhat more brawny.
Moon's having the time of her life right now.
Having the time of her life.
Is there just one person on board?
Yeah, the 3 of you just note the one person riding this riding with this pack of boar.
Is it a train conductor?
You think we can talk to him?
Just in case?
What's a train?
I don't know, but
What's a conductor?
Trovik know that if he was train conductor, he would yell, "All aboard!"
A conductor controls the tempo of a song for like an orchestra.
Oh, okay.
Train
No.
is from the
No, that
verb to
doesn't sound
train
right.
when you practice something to be better at it.
Now, my only question is, are you guys trying to hide away from this pack of boars, or are you just kind of standing there openly?
I'm just standing there.
I don't see.
They're not gonna
Yeah,
hurt
we'll
us.
just
I'm
stand here and let them
fangirling.
pass. I don't think this guy's gonna like swing on sight or anything.
There's people.
Is that a thing?
I mean, we don't know really, but
You
you
don't
know.
know.
Little card from
Maybe-
mom. Swing on sight.
My
So-
mom wrote me a doctor's note.
After about a minute or 2, you can start feeling the ground like ever so slightly vibrate from this herd, kind of like almost stampeding and just like coasting by, and you can see them all picking up. There's maybe about
It's like Boracic Park.
Boras the park.
there's like 7 or 8 of them.
My
including this-
wife.
Oh man,
you
where's
guys
the
are
boar
killing me.
at? I don't see it. You all see boars? Where's the boar at?
For those of you watching, this is what I deal with.
I see
before
the
we start
board,
playing.
Matt.
We've had too many technical difficulties, and they kind of have it all pent up, and they're trying to get it out now. Anybody else?
You gotta be funny. Make up for all the bad things.
Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
Hashtag no regrets.
No regrets.
It is a human male, kind of going that route, and
Like to wave.
you wave, and he catches your attention, and the herd, it seems as though starts going towards the group itself, kind of making its way towards you, almost like a head-on.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's
that
not
wasn't what we intended.
Oh God,
Not at
run,
all what we wanted.
Mufasa! Run!
What
Is
is
the movement
everybody yelling for?
hostile feeling?
Make an insight check.
Oh, can I do that too? Because,
Sure.
okay. I want to know.
Okay.
Ooh,
Insight.
that'd be a 25.
Oof.
someone
I'm
has
gonna use my
insight.
inspiration already because that was bad.
Ooh, Moon did well.
You got Lark and Moon, who rolled 25 and 26 respectively.
Well, we were the ones who waved, so
Hi,
Oh,
Danger.
I was
Wait, so maybe,
Yeah. maybe
not
we shouldn't have done that.
Walk in a dingy basement. Hello?
Emanation from his
I have no weapons.
Well,
Anybody want a sandwich?
it's not surprising when
Here, you can have a
Moon-
cookie.
It's not surprising when Moon purposely, gets in danger or calls the danger or causes the danger at this point.
Danger.
Yeah.
Danger.
Sharks with
Excitement.
lasers.
Excitement.
Excitement. Yes, let's go with that.
A special challenge.
Special challenge. I like that.
All right, but I'd say
Problems
yeah,
are just opportunities for solutions.
the three of you pick up that it seems a bit aggressive. It's like boars are aggressive by nature,
Also,
so
easy
there's
pun
that immediate
animals.
like, okay, we should be careful around them. But with this individual riding what seems to be the largest one at the head of the pack, almost like in V formation, so to speak, or
Is he
like
the
a mixture
Hog
of a
Rider from Clash of Clans?
no.
Oh
But you can refer to him as the Hog Rider from Clash
my
of
god,
Clans.
it's the hog ride.
Yeah, that sounds so dirty.
He's got like this. It's hard to tell, but because of your perception checks, he does have like this very stern, like almost directed look on his face. Like he's okay. There's people there. I'm going towards them. There's this almost. I wouldn't say almost. It's caution, kind of like picks up
It's
for the rest of you.
it's
kind of like, we
Boracic
should
Park.
be careful.
It's the scene from Boracic Park.
Boracic
He's
Park.
like, it's
How
like
long
this
until
is
he
Jurassic
gets
Park, and then they all turn, and he's like,
Maybe
wait,
about a minute.
th-
They're
run,
kind of like going full
run.
force.
They're coming this
I'm
way.
in danger.
Okay, let's get behind some trees, maybe. I don't
I don't think
know.
trees are gonna save us.
Do you see any trees in this two-dimensional landscape?
There's that one over
Why is
there.
everything
You can tell
2D?
it's a tree by the way it is.
All
You
right.
can tell it's a tree by the way it is.
So some of you kind of like start spreading out a little bit. There are a handful of trees around if you want to use them as cover and whatnot.
I will stand there, open-armed.
But they begin to slow down a little bit, and you can see them. There may be about, I don't know, 60 to anywhere between 60 to 80 feet from you guys before they kind of like come to a halt. You see the man kind of like almost yell out or like squeal in a weird way, and
Ooh,
they all
he
kind of
speaks
like
boar. That's
he
interesting.
makes like to you it sounds like he's trying. It's not accurate, but it's like it seems that the boar
The boar
themselves, the boar know. They all kind of begin to slow down and stop.
Borno baseball.
Man get kind of
like cats, right? Cats don't meow to each other. They only meow to us.
Yeah, pretty much. Meow, meow.
Memories.
But that would be something Moon would say.
I know what he says, because like he's making the sound, and since I have the ability to decipher the noises and motions of animals, beasts,
You gather it's kind of like stop.
What is he trying to say? He
Like
might have a
stop.
thick accent.
He's
Stop,
telling
okay.
the boars
Oh,
to stop.
okay, guys, they're stopping.
Yeah, he's trying to get.
Okay.
See this.
He's like,
like,
whoa there!
brawny looking man. He's got like a disheveled looking beard, like shortish black hair, kind of like sun weathered eyes and face. It's a little red around his nose and whatnot, but almost like a sleeveless some sort of hide vest, simple pants and whatnot, and kind of like, and you can see that he's got like an axe on his back, and he gets off the largest of this herd. This one boar, there's like a handful of boar. There may be about boar themselves are maybe about roughly the same size as most of you. There are two larger ones that are like arguably almost the same size as Trovic, and then there's the one that he's riding, which is massive in scale. It's surprisingly huge. It's almost like maybe 20 feet in length.
So you would
all
say
the way
that
around.
there's more of them than there is of us?
On a glance of the Gigaboar,
Yes.
Ow!
Yes.
looking at the
America.
Gigaboar,
Is it too late for them to run
Does
me
it look-
over?
does it look naturally that big, or does it look like it has some sort of deformity or other sort of
Ooh, yeah.
additions to its size that could
You could
potentially show like the
it
handicraft
looks-
of
I
our
take
target?
offense to the word deformity. Everybody in nature is beautiful in their own way.
Well, but the creatures that were being made, they were being made, right? That's
So are we.
Wait, I don't like that.
your
We aren't all
Gigaboar, or the
symmetrical.
biggest one that he kind of like climbs
Gigaboar.
off of. Two distinct differences between it. Aside from its scale and size, it seems to have four tusks. Two that kind of like protrude, two larger ones that protrude from the bottom of its lower jaw, but then another two smaller ones from underneath its lower lip, or its upper lip, sorry. And for a moment, you swear you see like a little sparkle of like electricity just kind of like jolt through its tusks.
Never say dice is in chat says at least it isn't being attached to someone as a new arm.
Not yet.
Our DM from
Oh,
the
jeez.
skeleton game.
Oh. Oh.
He's
I
awesome.
remember that.
Seeing that, I'm gonna whisper to the group, "Hey, that big boar is definitely not natural. Maybe we hide our quarry from this person."
What does any of that mean?
Don't tell them we're hunting the Goliath lady.
Okay.
Tell them we're hunting it.
Don't.
No.
Oh, don't.
So-
Got it.
This man kind of like
Mm-hmm.
slightly hunched over, but maybe about like 5'8", 5'9" in height, give or take, but brawny, a little bit muscular, kind of like he's looking at all. He sees all of you. You've addressed your attention. He sees a couple of you kind of like spread out and hide behind the trees, and he's warily looking at all of you. He pulls out like a little piece of paper, and he's just looking it over, and he's kind of like looking.
Trovic.
Not going
back at the
anywhere.
Trovic got this. Good. Greetings, well-roaded traveler.
Hi.
Many boars.
Yeah, this is my herd.
They're very beautiful.
Yes, Trovic heard that. What is paper in hand? Hmm?
Nothing to concern you about, but
He seems a little bit more wild than most regular humans would be.
Yeah, his speech is good.
what brings you here?
well, I hate to say it, but all of you,
Oh, why?
because I have to
Cookies.
stop you from proceeding
Proceeding with what?
with what you're doing.
Walking?
No,
Kind of something everyone does.
You see some of the boar kind of like.
Still tucked behind the tree, Azazel's gonna drink from his flask and cast False Life at the second level on himself.
Okay. Let's take your temporary hit points.
Ooh, I rolled math, so I'm at 13.
Nice.
Nice.
Who told you to stop us?
Why would you stop us?
I don't have a choice.
Why
You
not?
don't have a choice.
Okay.
Not this time. I don't have a choice. I have to stop you from proceeding to
Everyone has a
the
choice.
garden.
What did they offer you? Or are they threatening you?
Make another insight check for me. Actually, hold on. You rolled what?
You got a 26 and I got a 25.
I'd say you can tell he's being standoffish. He's being presenting himself as, you know, he is a bit of, it seems as though he's a bit of a dimwit, but aggressive in a sense. And you can definitely sense that he doesn't want to be here or get involved, but is doing so. Whether you believe it's he's being forced to.
Is there
or
anything
otherwise.
we could help you with instead of you stopping us?
No, I don't think you can help me.
No?
I
Try
don't-
us.
You're pretty capable.
He's kind of like he seems conflicted, but he's like he's looking at his herd.
I don't want my herd to die, but I gotta take all of you down. I have to stop you from going to the garden.
Wait a minute. You you think
I
that
don't want to hurt your
when you
boys
say
either.
bring us down, does this mean you're taking us to a party or something? Because there's no way you are taking all of us out by yourselves.
That sounds really cool.
If
What,
you
a
want
party?
to take us to party, Trovik will go. Just saying.
Hey,
There's
L.O.R.E
no
can make
party.
cookies. Aw, man.
Well, then why did I bring my axe?
You pull out your axe and he's like,
Well, I've got one of those too.
ooh, and he pulls out his
Aw,
axe.
really?
Oh.
Do we have to do this?
How about some
I-
de-escalation?
Some
We don't have to do
de-escalation?
this. We really don't. Let us help you. What is it that you're being told to do, and what do they have on you that they can force you to?
The rest of my herd, the rest of my boar. I'm
We can
Wild
help
man.
take them back.
Matt.
Yeah.
Can I cast Calm Emotions?
Sure. What's the range on it?
It is 20-foot, I guess, sphere? It's a circle thing on D&D Beyond. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, 20 feet radius.
20-foot radius, but what's the distance from where you're standing? He's about
Oh, 60.
60 feet. Okay, yeah. So I gotta make a charisma save. Dun 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 dun. dun.
Something tells me that's not a high stat of his.
Or
that
pretty
is a
good
total of 1.
party guy.
Yeah, no, that
Oh.
fails.
Ah.
So there's a moment. It doesn't seem like there's an immediate change, at least in his demeanor, but he does kind of like lower his axe a little bit more like hunched in a sense, as if he's kind of just standing there.
well, how can you help me?
Well,
mean,
tell us what's happened to your other boars, and we'll see what we can do.
The first step is admitting there is a problem.
Well, the problem is the woman, the giant woman, came to me, told me I have to come and kill all of you, or at least attempt to stop all of you. She didn't seem too confident in me, but she said I had to do it. Otherwise, she was gonna take the boar, at least some of the other boar that I have back in my homestead, and make them into something else.
Like
Well-
what?
I don't know.
A
She
board
said
game?
she knows someone that can turn the boar into something else, whether it be an animal or some sort of monster.
Is she
And I
still
don't want to
there?
see my boars get hurt.
Is she still there?
That's a little morbid.
No, I don't believe she's at my home anymore, but she did take all my boar. This is all I have that I could get with me.
Well, it
proof
seems to
did
me
she
that
want?
if we combine our forces, we could take her down and get your boar back. Rather than you dying here, which we don't want to do and you don't want to do. So...
I mean, I don't want to fight in general.
Do the
I don't
boars
like fighting, because when I fight, I tend to lose control. Sometimes people get hurt, and that's why I live out here in the wilds with the boar. At least I can wrestle with them.
And he kind of like goes up to one of the one of the smaller ones, and he kind of like pats it on the snout. He's like,
Do weird things come out of your belly?
What?
When you fight,
Trovik.
weird things come out of your belly.
No.
No.
He doesn't have a spirit belly.
He does not have magic spirit belly.
No, no. But it looks like he has the other stuff.
Do your boars like cookies?
Yeah. You want a cookie? It's really good. It's chocolate chip.
Kind of looks.
What's
Here.
a cookie exactly?
Well, you have to try it to know. But I think you'll like it.
Okay.
I make them myself.
He kind of like walks towards you.
Yeah.
I
Without,
wait till
like,
right
hands
before
out a
he,
cookie.
I'll wait till right before he eats it.
Throws caution to the wind, kind of like just slowly approaches you, takes the cookie,
It is definitely not poison.
takes a bite.
I wouldn't do that.
That's pretty good.
You eat it anyway, that is weird.
Yeah, I could.
He looks at them.
How many cookies do you have? They eat a lot.
Well, I don't know if I have as many as would be needed to feed everyone. But, I mean, if we got somewhere where I could bake some more, I could make more for you.
We're gonna need more cookies.
But I
That
can
was a
make
good
all
one.
sorts of cookies. These are chocolate chip, but I can make ones with cinnamon and
Favorite.
peanut butter and
My favorite one is
gingerbread
the oatmeal and raisin one.
and oatmeal and raisin.
And onion grass.
I do like raisins, yeah.
No, that sounds disgusting,
No,
Trovik.
that's not good for cookies.
That's like mud pies. That ain't no cookies.
I like Snickerdoodle.
That's the cinnamon ones.
That's what they're called?
Yeah.
Mark, you've been lying to me. I thought they were just called cinnamon cookies.
Well, Snickerdoodles is more fun, I know, isn't it? I like
Very
that
fun
name.
word.
Yeah, it's such a fun word. But yeah, I can make you more cookies.
Okay, my home's not too far. Alright. Come with me. Can you... Well,
He looks
You
at all
can
of
walk.
you. Okay, I'll go slow.
Okay.
And he gets back and he goes back over to the other one. Kind of like pats it out and you hear.
Do you got
Gets
any?
back up on the really big one.
Do you got any ones that the little our lady friends can ride, so their feet do not hurt as much?
That's okay. I don't need to ride a
I mean, if you
boar.
guys want to ride my boar, you're more than welcome to. Just, yeah,
I would love to ride.
I can't quite. I hope you're okay with some rough riding.
Trovik is practicing chivalry.
Okay.
Sure, I'll write it just so Trovik can practice.
All right.
I'm
So-
not quite up for that.
Mark can
Oh.
observe.
Oh,
I
the
will
board.
observe, yes. You want me to make you cookies, not spill my cookies.
Oh.
Oh, of course not. Cookies, they
Okay.
taste good. I'd like to try more, and I'm sure, my boys here would like some too.
Well, I can give them some now.
Oh,
the-
okay, yeah.
I have some. I just don't have enough for
What
like.
is?
At least to give them a good.
And he
I'll
goes
give
and-
them a good taste. But yeah, she'll go to each one and sort of give them like a different cookie.
What is their names?
One-
DM?
They're like
One
they kind of like
cookie.
sloppily like eat them
Yeah.
and it's just like what. There's a couple moments where you have to pull back your fingers really quickly, otherwise you might lose the fingers. But
Yes.
they're kind of like all chewing.
She offers them like this, like horses. Like up.
just hold, and he's like trying to help you. He's like, just hold it out your hand in a certain way, and then
Uh-huh.
yeah, okay.
Okay.
Good.
You
How
might not-
many
She learns.
these
How many boars are there?
There are like 4 regular-sized boar,
Yeah.
2 larger ones, and then the massive one that he was riding. So those are
Okay,
7.
so
Bigger boar.
so she's gonna give the smaller ones 1, the bigger ones 2, and then the massive one 3.
Okay. They all seem to enjoy. They're all like.
What is his
just
name?
kind of.
Did he say?
I don't know if he said.
Which one?
What is
What?
your name?
he's
Did
kinda
you
like-
give us your name, sir? We don't know what to call you. I'm Lark. Hi.
Hi, I'm Rich.
Rich.
Yes, you are.
Okay.
Clearly.
I was called Rich. Something else, really, when I was a kid, but I prefer
A
Rich.
homeless man named Rich.
Ah,
Isn't that terrible?
that one's not going over my head.
But he kind of like gestures to this boar.
This
Was it
one's
Pickle?
This one's Garthog.
Mm-hmm.
This one's Dula. This
Garthog,
one's Shimsi. This
Shimshi.
one's Bell.
I liked Shimshi.
This one's Duva. And this one's Shimsham.
Shimsham. I like that one too.
I don't remember if I don't know if that was 7 or
Okay.
not.
That's
She-
okay. Lark's I'm not personally making note of this because I will never remember, but Lark is remembering.
Trollvik would like to make friends
Actually,
with your...
Moon's probably
Yeah.
remembering better than any of us.
Garthag, Dula, Duva,
Moon's definitely like,
Bell,
acknowledging each and every one of them.
Sam or whatever it was.
Shimmy,
Troll-
Shimshams. One more would be let's call it
Skimble Shanks the
Grumble.
railway cat.
call him Grumble.
Grumble. I love it. Grumble's my favorite.
Grumble.
It's one of the regular sized ones.
I'll walk along.
Favorite one.
I'll walk alongside Boar guy, and we'll call him Borat, and we'll say
Borat.
Troll-
Okay, yeah.
Trollvik would like very much to make friends with your she-shed.
Okay. So you kind of want to like, I'll say whoever is, I'm assuming most of you, I know there's like maybe 1 or 2 who don't want to, but you're more than welcome to climb up on top of the boars. He kind of like tells in his weirdish language or whatever noises he's making that to let you ride them. You kind of all climb up on top of them. It's a different experience for some of you. Is anybody not riding the boar?
I think it's just me and Moon.
Or the 2 of you are like, no, okay.
I
But
will
by the
pick
time
the
you
smallest
guys-
one.
Oh, you might want to ride Shimsham. He's bigger and
She-shed.
you probably... Okay.
He kind of like gestures to maybe because of your size that you ride one of the larger ones. But by the time you guys are mounted on the board, it is somewhat uncomfortable for those that have never ridden wild animals before. But you can feel you can feel Luminary that the spell begins to fade, and his demeanor, almost like his eyes adjust for a moment, and he's just like,
During the walk, I want to like have a conversation with my boar and like tell him
Yes.
where I'm from and compliment his like fur and his tusk and how he's so strong and he's gonna be like a really big and nice boar later on in life and he should be proud. I'm bonding.
The board seems happy to be talking to you. The Luminary, you can tell the spell fades, and for those all of you around, you can kind of see that there's a slight shift in his demeanor. He doesn't seem hostile towards you. He went from being very calm and content to being a little bit more guarded and cautious while he's riding. But seeing Moon talk to the boar, and now
I'll
kind of
offer
like,
him another cookie.
he like
Hi.
he trepidatiously takes it, eats it.
Oh.
That one's cinnamon. Do you like that?
It's got a weird taste to it.
Oh, okay. Well, here's another chocolate chip then. You like that one.
And he kind of breaks one off and sticks it in the mouth of the large one, which is Gorthag, and he just kind of like.
Remember the names, people.
I'm trying to remember the names.
All right.
But yeah, he begins leading you almost eastward, away from your initial path, and you maybe travel about half an hour-ish, give or take, into the wilds, and you kind of like pass by what seems to be like a panther here, or like a small herd of like gazelle or elk. So they see all of you slowly approaching. You're not going too fast, considering
Boars.
well, considering Lark and Luminary are walking, but the rest of you are kind of like just jaunting along, and then the boars seem some of them seem to be happy that they're talking to Moon. Others just seem a little bit delighted that they had a little treat of some kind that they've never had before. And this man Rich is cautious, but he seems to be somewhat comfortable around the rest of you, or at least you feel as though maybe he's not going to react a certain way due to the fact that you're riding his boars and it's a weird situation, but he definitely knows you charmed him in some way. But you eventually reach this, I wouldn't even call it a house. It's like a makeshift, how would I describe it?
Out to dinner first.
It's like he definitely chopped down like a series of trees and made somewhat of a log cabin style shack or minor shed of some kind. It looks fairly sturdy, but it's big enough for him. And then there's almost like a flattened out area where the grass is really low, and you gather it's probably from the boar kind of like grazing about and whatnot. You see like a stump with like a couple of stumped trees, and a small little cauldron or a pot outside next to what seems to be a makeshift fire pit that kind of is set maybe about 3-4 feet into the ground.
Well, this is my abode. Come. I don't know if all of you are gonna fit. It's usually enough room for me.
And he gets off all the board and he's like,
What kind of race is he?
What's that?
What race is he?
He's a human.
Oh.
He's an older looking human, a wild man, to say the least. Someone who's lived out his life mostly in the wilds, the woods, away from other people, and has kind of made friends or tends to these wild boar. Whether they're his friends or his pets, doesn't seem much difference to him, really. But he gets off the boars and he kind of like pats some of them, and they kind of like begin to disperse. Some of them go and kind of sit down. Others kind of begin to start grazing on some of the grass and wandering around the area. Not too far away, but
does he have an oven?
He does not have an oven. He has the pot.
I don't have anything like that. What's an oven exactly? Do you need like a box to cook?
Yeah, it's kind of a cooking box, but I could use my frying pan.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I have the fire pit here.
And he goes to the fire pit and kind of
easily
pulls off the black pot.
Hang on.
He goes to the side of his shed, gets a couple of logs, sets them up, starts a fire for you.
She'll start mixing her ingredients.
And he's very curious. He just sees you start pulling out of your pouches and your bags, like all these different ingredients. Some he seems familiar with, some he's just like, oh,
what's that?
She'll explain everything that he asks. She'll tell him all about. And then when she's mixed it up and she's like dolloping all of the like little cookie shaped things onto the frying pan with some butter on it, and she's taking care of that, she'll like dip one of her other spoons into the cookie dough and then give him some to taste. Because the cookie dough's the best part.
During this whole process, when Lark's making the cookies, Azazel's just kind of gonna like be on watch, just because it's like, all right, I don't know if any of the Goliath lady has like anything that can watch in on us. I just want to make sure that we're not like immediately attacked by this lady.
And
Moon
will not have the same caution. She will go run around with the boars.
You're looking at Azazel. You're looking around and like, okay, is the tree speaker going to be ready? If she were to strike, would it be here? And then you immediately get Moon getting chased by two of the boar, and she's just like laughing in the field, and you're just like, oh god. Right.
Lark's doing her favorite thing. She's cooking.
I'm just loving this whole situation. You guys diffusing a potential threat by offering to make him cookies.
Everything is better with cookies.
See?
Everything's better with cookies.
Rescue his boars, but yes, cookies.
Yeah, that too. Well, you spend the next I don't know. If I remember correctly, cookies take maybe about half an hour, 40 minutes to make.
And she's doing them slowly because she's doing them on a frying pan. I mean,
Yeah.
like, you know, so
It takes some
basically
time.
it's like she's making pancakes. It's kind of, I mean, it's kind of that idea, right?
Yeah.
Cookies is code for adult pleasure.
Oh, no.
What?
Why did you
I
ruin
just-
that?
I don't know.
Why did you ruin that?
I'll never look at cookies the same way again.
Or you
No,
will.
no.
We'll make you cookies.
I don't want cookies anymore. All I wanted was a snickerdoodle.
What do you think
My
a
boobs outside
snickerdoodle
are
is?
not listening to this.
Oh my god. Anyways.
No.
You guys spend
You're
your time
welcome.
kind of like around the area. Azazel, you don't catch any immediate threat. Obviously, aside from the boar, you know, you pick up on the natural wildlife in the area. There's maybe like a you just see like another auroch kind of like slowly meandering around the area. The boar, one of the boar kind of doesn't take a liking to it, and they kind of like have like this moment of, you know, a standoff, but then the auroch just ignores it and goes away, and the boar's just like, you know, they're all growling at each other.
So how can you all help me get my boar back so I don't have to fight you? I don't
Well,
wanna
we
fight
need
people.
we need to find her first. So when we find her, then we can get your boar back.
Well, she said she went to some garden. She was gonna be waiting at a garden of swords. That
Okay.
makes no sense to me, but a garden of swords, and that I gotta go find you. I'd find you near a grove of a lilac tree,
Oh. Well,
and just keep an eye out for.
And he pulls out that piece of paper again, and you can see like it's got scrawled on it like general descriptions of you guys.
What you guys look like on this paper.
Oh God.
oh.
Here we go.
Okay. Well, I mean, we have to find her at this sword garden. So, when we do, we can fight her and get your boars back.
Weren't we
But,
just
you
at
know,
this some sort of sword place?
Yeah, but that's where we were planning to go.
I thought we were just there. What was that crazy
No,
place
we
with
were
all
not
the whippets?
just there.
Okay.
We were trying to find someone who could tell us where it is.
Oh.
So,
I thought we weren't supposed to say anything about that.
well, it's a little late.
Yeah, the situation's very different from what I said. That's my bad.
Yeah. And he knew what we were doing anyway. It's not like I'm hiding anything.
Yeah, we've
I
come to
am.
an understanding.
So we would really like to help you get your boars back. We probably need your help to do that, though.
I'm gonna have to fight the giant lady.
Well, we're gonna fight her too.
But you are definitely going to have to fight her first to soften her up a little bit, and
Well,
then we will
I-
come in and kill her.
Guys,
and
I'm
get
gonna
the
be honest. I
victory.
really don't think he's gonna have to fight. That really seems unnecessary, especially if he doesn't want to.
I'm not forcing him to do anything. I would really like to rescue his boars. The problem becomes that I think we may need to do things together in order to.
Oh, definitely.
Your
accomplish
boars
that.
would be proud
Yeah.
of you dying an honorable death.
We'd
I
rather
wanna
not die,
die.
and we don't want you to die either. So, like, let's not die. Okay? No dying.
Okay,
Best
nobody
place to
die.
Battlefield.
I'll say, Lark, since you're leading the charge, if you want, you can make a persuasion check with advantage, because everybody seems to be in on this conversation.
Persuasion, you said?
Yep.
Okay. With advantage. Oh, that's good with advantage. 21.
21. He seems convinced. He's still worried. You
We're
can
all
definitely
worried.
you can definitely read it on his face. He's worried, but
Mhm.
he seems convinced enough that he's not going to fight you guys. You're not sure if he's wants to go fight this, but he figures, you know, she stole my boars. I have all these people.
Oh,
We're gonna help.
Okay, I confront Giant Lady with all your help, and I get my boars back.
Yeah.
And then we don't have to fight.
No.
It gets scary when I fight. I don't like fighting.
I don't want to fight you. I think you'd be very scary if we fought. I don't want to do that.
Oh,
I'd rather share a cookie with you.
I like the cookies, actually. They're really nice.
I'm
Thank you.
glad. Here, have another one. Careful, it's hot.
Anybody thirsty? And he's kind of like mid-chew. Anybody thirsty? What? Anything other than cookie?
Water.
Cookie good.
Vodka?
I don't have vodka. Is that meat?
Alcohol?
It's a drink.
I have
Booze.
some alcohol. Yeah.
Yes.
And he kind of like walks to the shed. And kind of like, it's very reminiscent of like, you know, the jug with the triple X.
Yeah.
He pulls like
okay.
this big
It's
jug of
moonshine.
Yeah, boar
something
moonshine.
he's kind of concocted together. Pulls out like these small wooden cups that he's kind of crafted and chiseled together. He pours,
This'll
like,
make you blind.
It's very strong, but
This will let you either see God or meet him.
It'll put hair on chest.
yeah, that
Or
will.
burn hair off. Depends on how much alcohol is in it.
He gives each of you a cup with like a little bit amount.
Just try first. It can be
Wait,
strong.
even Moon?
He gives each of you.
Yeah, it's called the moonshine. It was clearly made
Well,
for
I'm
her.
Well, Moon's gonna shine, all right.
Oh boy. Yeah,
I'm
Lark will
technically
try
still
a little
outside,
bit.
So I won't have the drink.
Moon's outside.
Oh,
I'm with the boars still.
Okay.
I will, whenever Moon makes her way, I will make sure that she gets magic cup.
All right. So everyone that
Magic mug.
takes a sip of it, he kind of like goes straight from the jug and just kind of like
Oh great.
kind of
And
this,
switch mugs.
there's like a
behind the
quick
back.
like blink in his eyes, but he's like,
Ooh.
and he seems to enjoy it. The rest of you taking a sip, it's pretty much just base alcohol, whatever he made it from. It's got this.
Does
there's
that
a bit
burn
like
our
a-
nose hairs?
It burns your nose, your mouth, your throat.
You ever
your
see The
stomach,
Matrix?
And it even
No.
it hasn't even left your lips yet. It's just
Basically
basically
diesel
sensation
fuel.
of just oh god.
Oh wow. Well, it's strong.
It has no flavor.
I'd love a cookie right now.
It is good.
Here's a cookie. Have a cookie.
You can kind of
So-
pick out a little bit of like some sort of
Ordain,
lemony.
you want a cookie?
It's
Luminary.
very, it's very oaky.
Right, yeah, I use some of the bark from a couple of the sap trees.
No, like okie dokie, I'm done.
Oh, okay, no worries. It's not for everybody. It's
I'll
okay.
take more.
You
When
want more?
Moon walks back
All right.
in,
He pours you
he'll kind of look at you
a little
guys
bit more.
weird.
If anyone could handle it, it would be Ordain.
Take another sip. It's potent, but somehow you're the type of person that can endure this kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
I'll say if it's like hitting you hard real fast, not enough to really topple you over, but you can definitely feel it. But if you want more, you're gonna have to start making contracts after that.
no.
Fuck
You're
it, I'll
debating.
do it.
Oh no!
You want a third one? He pours you
Yeah.
a third one. He pours you a third one. Make a con save for me.
All right.
Wait, do I see this going on?
Yeah, you
Don't
see
go.
Ordain just slowly drinking.
Can I give him resistance?
Resistance to what?
Oh,
I'm gonna tap him on the shoulder. Yeah, you're okay, Ordain. You're okay. So that'll give him a D4. I
You should
believe.
give him a sobriety check. Just follow my fingers.
Yeah.
Okay, you're
All right, so
No.
Ordain, roll an extra D4 to
I
that.
love how you said that as your camera went out of focus.
Did it? Oh,
So
that's
an
great.
extra-
So 15.
Oh, now the
After
viewers
the
are
third
drunk.
one, it's just one of those moments where you kind of like burp, but you keep it down. And he's like,
I think you should, slow down. He's like, it's strong. I like that you like it,
Mhm.
but it's not for everyone. I've been drinking this for years.
he kind of just takes another swig,
But let's not get all wasted in front of company.
and he kind of like goes to,
If you want more, I'll get you more. Just slow down.
Yeah, and if you have a stuffy nose, you want boar. Just saying.
So, yeah, you guys kind
He's
of.
just gonna make boar jokes
All
the whole
day.
entire session.
He's gonna make board jokes all day. Moon, was there anything you would like to do?
Tell me boar, tell me
Look at
boar.
them weird when I come in because they've like have their faces of like just drank really shitty liquor.
Yeah.
I'll be like, come, you guys don't look happy.
You should try
Don't drink it. Don't do it.
That
Moon.
is why
don't,
we have
don't.
the happy faces.
No.
I'm
Do they
just,
offer
I'm just
me
gonna
to
make
drink?
more cookies, cause that will save me my
Moon, do
taste
you,
buds.
do you
gonna
take a
help
sip
you.
or no?
Take mine off of this.
Yeah, she'll take a sip and then
No.
immediately spit it out and be like,
It
like,
hurts.
like a child, you know.
The back of my eyeballs are on fire.
I need band-aids for my eyes. Stop.
Yeah, he does bring out a few like bits of what seem to be some sort of dried meat, lightly salted one. He's like,
Here, you'll help get taste out of
mouth, and he kind of hands out a bit of, arguably it looks like jerky, but you're not quite sure what sort of animal this is.
Wait.
It's up to you.
Put the brakes on that one.
Yeah.
Don't
Oh,
slip
okay.
meat by this one.
I'm not asking.
It tastes pretty good. Definitely tastes better than the alcohol, and it definitely soaks it up a little bit so that
Okay.
lingering aftertaste is not as
Thank you.
potent and burning.
Almost as good as cookies.
Moon
Oh,
will stuff her face
no,
until
cookies
it no
are
longer
better.
tastes.
I did say almost.
So, like, are we all sitting down eating, like around a fire or something, sort of?
There's a fire there, but it's kind of like midday,
Midday,
and you
okay.
all are standing around. The boars are kind of like moving about.
Lark is still like on the frying pan. She's still making cookies, and it's almost like second nature to her. Like she's just not even really looking at what she's doing. She's just kind of like
Probably taking forever
scooping
to
them
make
in, scooping them out. You know, yeah, like it's something she could do without looking at it.
Sounds good.
To be
Well, considering we've been talking a lot about cookies, maybe we should take a cookie break ourselves. But because we started late, maybe we'll take a quick cookie break.
Yeah.
And everyone out there, you should have a cookie break as well.
I have
'Cause
some
cookies-
Oreo
Because everything's better with cookies.
Everything is better with cookies, especially Lark's cookies.
Mm.
So, 5. Everybody be back at 5.
Yep.
Yeah, sure.
BRB. Some more cookies.
Hey, what happened to the stream? Where's the D&D?
Stay tuned, adventurers. We'll be right back.
Oh, I get it. Pee break.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Oh my god, we're all gonna die.
Yep.
We're live.
They said some shit behind closed doors, and now the boar man and all the boars have surrounded them, and they are inevitably in a lot of trouble. No, I'm just kidding. We just had a lot of cookies.
It was a TPK. The DM called it that the party got bored to death.
I'm debating at this point. I'm really debating at this point. No, we just came back from our cookie break, and speaking of cookie breaks, they've stopped this wild man who has a pack of boars with him from potentially assaulting the group in the name of the tree speaker, although it seems against his will. But all of you are kind of like in his humble abode, and
his love shack.
Sure, having conversation, having some meal and food, some very, very, very terrible alcohol that will hit you faster than a truck will. But yeah.
What is truck?
Exactly. What is a truck? Faster than a dragon's wing attack.
Driven by a conductor. Yeah.
But he seems to be in agreement that he is willing to help you if you can get him his boars back. And he seems a little bit more confident working with all of you than attempting to fight you. Doesn't seem to want to fight, but we'll help you all.
That works for us. Besides, there's lots of cookies in it for him.
Trovik will make way to boar man. What is his name? Dick?
Rich.
Rich. Right. Sorry. Boar man.
Yeah?
What is it you do with these boars in this shack?
The boars don't come in the shack. They can't fit in the shack. I sleep in the shack. They roam about in the area.
What do you do with the boars? Do you sell them for...
I take care of them. I feed them, look after them. You know, sometimes some of them give birth. So I help them give birth.
To the boars?
Do I give birth to the boars?
What?
No.
Trovik, do you know how anatomy works?
What is anatomy?
So when a mommy boar and a daddy boar love each other very much.
We're really going there.
Birds and the bees of Trovik.
Birds and the bees.
Boars and the bees.
Oh my. Reproductive organs and how they work together depending on species.
That sounds disgusting.
Well,
it's nature.
So
and he looks at you.
I don't mate with the boars, if that's your question.
Okay.
They mate with themselves, and when they have children, I help them deliver the baby.
Trovik was a little curious because it is just you living by yourself and wanted to know if you bumped the rump a little bit or no. So, you know, he's just...
Trovik, you're the one with the spirit belly.
That's pretty gross, dude. I don't know what your kind do, but I don't do that kind of thing.
Trovik is proud orc warrior, but sometimes weird things come out of Billy.
I wouldn't be surprised that orcs do some weird things, but I don't know, that's even a bit much for orcs. But
I kind of smile that he acknowledges I'm an orc. Okay, good talk.
Clearly, he's never seen orcs before. Which is entirely possible, really.
Yeah, you can catch me on Trovik.org. www.
Or just has not acknowledged it. Just like, whatever.
Anyway.
Yeah, so Rich, do you have any idea maybe the general area that this blade garden that the tree speaker might be hiding in?
Not really.
Kind of like goes over to one of the boars, and you hear him like, and you see one. He's like almost like having a conversation with some of the boars, and they're sniffing about. Like 2 or 3 of them get up and they start like sniffing about, moving around the area.
They're just gonna sniff it out. Maybe we get an idea of where she went.
That'd be quite helpful. Yeah.
A few seconds pass, and
Okay, it seems like they pick up a scent of her when she was here, and she went
that way. And he kind of points a little bit more northeast.
This way.
this way. This way.
Northeast. Interesting.
Wasn't there a settlement northeast that we were going to go to?
Boamar is a little bit more northern. Semyaza is northwest. Northeast. In terms of northeast, there isn't a settlement northeast. There is depending on how far northeast you go, you will hit the Thurkona Timberlands, which is just this massive forest.
Well, why don't we go north until we hit that other settlement that we were on our way to anyway? And then once we know where we're going, we can just go the other way.
Maybe.
I don't know. Does that sound like a plan? Sounds like something.
We should head the way that he is saying, and then eventually we will run into Sword Farm.
I hope so. If we can track her all the way, I don't know if we can. If we can, sure.
Every
We
time
can
talk
see.
about the Blade Garden, I think have any of you watched Fate? Fate Stay Night? Okay.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Unlimited Blade Works.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's all. We can continue.
Sidebar.
So yeah, what's the plan? Do you guys want to attempt to continue heading towards where you believe the Tree Speaker went in the Blade Gardens, or do you want to go back to the original plan and go to Boamar?
Well, why don't we try following for now, and then we have a plan B if we need one.
If we lose
Yeah.
or don't feel like we're following.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Okay, then let's go.
All right.
Away.
So
Gather our stuff.
Oh, you're going now?
Well,
Okay.
if I don't think we want to waste time because your boars may lose the scent.
True. Okay, get me.
And he kind of like he picks up his axe, ties it to his back, grabs a couple things from his shed.
Okay, I'm good to go.
Okay.
I want to warn you, if we're gonna fight, I get scary.
That's okay.
As long as you're scary towards her.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can get pretty scary too. We don't like to do that with people we like.
That's fair. Okay.
And he kind of like calls the boars around, and he's like almost like having this weird animal conversation. Moon, you can kind of pick up. He's trying to like give him a pep talk, like,
okay, we're gonna go find the rest of the family. These people are gonna help us get the rest of the family and your herd back, but we gotta go fight some bad people. Are you okay for this?
and all the boars are like,
okay, yeah, okay.
Just one boar going, we can do it.
Yeah. You can do it. Yeah.
That one's
Okay.
not coming. That one's she shit.
Moon's like
Or Jimmy John's, whatever his name was.
proud of you guys, you know. I'm like,
Jim Jams.
we'll also encourage them like you've encouraged.
Yeah. I mean, they were delighted to be, talking and playing with you earlier, Moon, and they're just like, yeah, this human or ASMR person is just like, giving us good vibes and then having a lot of fun with us. Yeah, let's go do it. But
Nice.
who is?
That's how you make friends.
That's how you make friends. You talk to the animals.
Friends.
You
That's
feed
how
them
you make
cookies.
friends.
Feed them cookies. So, who is going to lead the charge, so to speak?
Fuck it,
Well, we're
Trovik will
all.
go. Yeah.
Pardon?
Trovik will take lead.
Trovik? Okay, sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Big red target.
Moon will just walk with the boars, so wherever you put the boars.
Yeah, Lark is walking as well. So probably somewhere near near Moon.
Azazel will be up towards Trovik, probably a little bit behind and to the right.
Okay. We'll say, I mean, if I'm using the Foundry map as like a guide, you guys can position yourselves however you like around Rich and all his boars, and he is riding Garthank. But Trovik, can you make a survival check for me?
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know, here somewhere or something? Okay. Survival check. Okay. This is for survival. Survival is for Trovik. I need to change these dice.
They're hating on you today?
What did that come out to be?
That came out to
that's
be an
worse. Yeah. Yep, I'll take it. I don't have that D4 anymore, do I? It's been a
That
while.
was a D4. I don't know. Did you have someone give you guidance? Or a...
think...
You have your
I don't know
integration
that...
Was that the party earlier, or what? I don't remember. Never mind. That might have been just for somebody else.
Guidance is something I have to be near you to do, because I need to
I
touch
think
you.
last session Luminary gave them inspiration.
Ah, yeah. But it's been a while.
You would have had to use that in like 10
Yeah.
minutes.
Right.
Yeah.
So. That's what I was saying.
You wouldn't have had that anymore.
Okay.
It's been a while.
Okay, I am clearly the best of the leader.
I don't want the world to see me.
All right. So roll me a D6.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Five.
Okay. So you're leading based off of the direction that Rich had given you, the sense that the boars had picked up. You kind of pick up
lefts.
You kind of pick up that same scent initially, and you're guiding the rest of the group. There's a lot of mixed scents, and you know that the tree speaker doesn't necessarily travel by foot, or she does, but she has means of traveling far distances in very quick successions. She's got, some magic spirit belly of her own. So you do lose the scent for a while, and trying to follow the path that Rich, or the direction that Rich gave you, it's kind of hard to pick up any sort of direction. You're kind of meandering about it for a little while. You're going in that same general direction, and it's not up until you see maybe 3 or 4 goats just along this hillside. They're kind of just grazing about, and you kind of get a little bit distracted by them, and you're just like, oh, goats, look at that, and then realizing, crap, which way do we have to go again? But I wouldn't say you're lost, but
we were heading north.
Set you back. Yeah, it set you back a little bit.
Oh shit! You're welcome.
It's okay. We can sort of stay here for a moment and just sort of re-evaluate.
Are we
figure
back at
things
the shack?
out. Well, no. We've been on our way for a little bit, right?
Yep.
So we'll just stay here for a moment and wait until we get the scent back.
What time is it?
Well, don't feel bad.
It's about 2:15 in the afternoon, give or take.
Been a failure to the party.
So you guys have been traveling for a few hours now?
I can help. I mean, I'll go up to Trovik and pat his arm and say, "Don't worry, Trovik. You've got this. We'll figure it out." I'll give him a guidance.
I will say it like a guy that has erectile dysfunction for the first time and just be like, this doesn't normally happen to Trovik.
Sure.
It's very
Why
embarrassing.
not?
Trovik can usually lead party.
It's okay.
Performance issues happen.
Probably from that alcohol you had.
Yeah, that probably doesn't help.
Yes, that's yes. Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I didn't bring the alcohol if you wanted me to.
No.
I can go back and get some.
No, it's okay.
No, we're good.
It's
Okay.
really okay. Thank you, though.
You're welcome.
Might be the first
We just
time
need to
I
get the
used
scent
magic
back.
mug.
All right. So, Trovik, I'm assuming you're gonna attempt again.
Try
Are there
again.
another? Are you gonna just try and
Mhm.
find some tracks or replace where you were heading initially? Are you going to pick up some sort of scent?
I
Look
want
around.
to try to use Trovik's nose. Trovik good nose.
Okay. Make a perception check.
And you get an
Discreetly,
extra
I wanna
D4.
ask the boar where we're supposed to go.
Oh yeah.
And the boar smell anything, but I'm going to try to do it like discreetly.
And the
Sure. Make a sleight of hand.
so 20 total.
Nice.
20
Yeah.
total.
So
All
you
right.
can obviously tell that I'm doing it.
Could you roll a?
I rolled a 9.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure everyone can see you. Now it's up to them to interpret, but everyone sees you talking to the boar, and they can either chalk it up to you trying to help Trovik or just having a conversation with the boar because you've been doing it all afternoon.
Okay.
Who's
Let's
talking
see.
to the boar?
Moon is talking to the boar.
Oh,
Or is
little
this a normal
star.
thing that she does this?
Mm-hmm.
This is weird.
It talks to
That's-
animals all the time. It's
We've only
part
known
of her
for a
charm.
day, but it is very cool.
So Trovik, roll a d6 for me. You definitely have retraced your steps, so to speak, and realize, okay, no, we're supposed to go maybe a little bit more like 20 degrees, a little bit more to the right, and then it'll be in that rough direction that we initially first thought. You know, using your scent and your tracking abilities, you kind of like, okay, we have to go in this direction. The boars are kind of, you know, they're too interested in just talking with you and kind of wandering about. They're a little distracted. They're like, oh, we don't pick up anything. I don't smell anything.
Mhm.
I smell goats. I see goats.
They are lovely goats.
I hear birds. Do you hear birds?
I hear birds.
Birds. Kind of hungry.
Well, food is fuel.
What is fuel?
Makes you going.
We need more
Makes
fuel.
you going.
It's just like, we need some more fuel.
There's always more grass to see on the other side.
All right, 5.
$4.99 per cookie.
$4.99 a cookie. You
Damn.
continue onward, and
That's rough. Welcome to Pennsylvania.
Okay. You kind of find yourself along this more rough, hilly section of the grasslands. It kind of like begins to like roll up and down, almost like a little mixture of like rolling hills, so to speak. So you kind of have to like go up and down, up and down. You get to a point where, as you're kind of cresting over one small section of a hill, there's still a handful more of like these weird rounded hills with like some bushes and whatnot sitting up top of them. But you can see off in the distance, it looks like another herd of some kind. Though you can kind of pick up right away, it's like it's not boar, looks like cow or cattle, maybe ox. Just like in this small section of open area where it's a little bit more flatter.
Oh, does Trovik see this?
Yep.
Do they look anything similar to Trovik's face?
Trovik's face? To a degree, yeah. They do look, at least from what you understand, you know, how you feel when you're feeling your face or like your arms or anything, like your distinct features, you can tell like, oh, there are some similarities with these ones. You know, the only difference being is like a couple of them some have horns, some some do not. It's like a mixture of like browns, blacks, like a black and white, one or two of them.
I'll stop.
Then it's like you see one that's silver, and it kind of throws you off a little bit.
Stopping the party. And I say, there is danger since here. Clearly, someone has turned these orcs into four-legged animals with orc heads. It is another one of these untamed beasts.
I don't think I'm following Trovik.
I will say it slower.
Okay.
Someone clearly is turned this party of orcs into four-legged beasts.
Okay.
This must be what we are looking for.
Is it orcs or is it minotaur?
It is some sort of four-legged beast with orc head.
They're cows.
What?
So they're
They're cows.
No, that doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
Wait. He's describing a cow?
I think so.
Trovik.
Should we
helping me out here, Azazel?
drop the bombshell on him now?
Yeah, Trovik, those are just called cows. Some animals just happen to look like some kinds of people. That's just kind of how it is.
No,
like,
this is...
You ever seen like an iguana, like a really big lizard? That's not the same thing as like Orn. It's a different animal. They just look kind of similar.
Nope.
Yes,
No,
Trovik. These are just moo-moos.
This is clearly black magic of some type that is doing the beast taming of the monster things with the heads.
Are they really close
Trovik,
to us?
Trovik, here you go, buddy. I'll set your mind at ease. I'm gonna cast detect magic. And I'm gonna see if those are magically transformed orcs. How's that sound? Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
to magic.
I was gonna say before you cast it, they're not close to you. There's like a few hills away, and as Trovik's like
I
standing on
don't
top
think
of this
he's really going to cast anything.
Okay. Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Weak.
But yeah, the rest of you kind of like join in and having this conversation on the hill. I definitely will say
it is best
Moon.
we keep our distance.
Yeah, I would definitely Moon with the highest passive perception.
Yeah.
You can pick like you see all the cows, the ox in the mix. You know, the browns, the blacks, the mixed colored ones. The one silver one kind of is strange to you. And then you notice it looks like there are rock formations about as well, though they look vaguely humanoid in shape.
That looks like
You
trouble.
guys
We should go
do
there.
hear the cows in the background of this track, right?
No.
I can turn it up. There's like cows in the background. So I just heard
if you want.
I heard a. I'm like, what the shit?
Appropriate.
They're speaking my language. They're speaking true orc. Look.
There, I heard it. Yeah,
I heard it.
But yeah.
Man.
We're here.
There's some,
So does
you
that
know.
mean that Trovik's just a cow?
Did you see that, Luminary?
Maybe we should get the
Dio's wall
but-
gave him a sandwich.
Whoa! What the fuck?
We
Oh my
should.
god! It's a magical wall.
It's a beef sandwich.
It's all good. The man can eat.
Cover your eyes,
Yeah.
Trovik.
Walk away, Moon.
Yeah.
Azazel, then we should get you closer to the danger, but not too close. There is.
Okay.
And I pretend to count. There is too many for you to take on by yourself.
I wasn't planning on fighting. I think if you want me to get closer, I think we should probably have the herd at least split off to the right, so that way we're not attracting attention with.
Ah, yes.
Grunthax.
Distraction. Good battle strategy.
They're just cows. They're not aggressive.
There's a silver one in there, though, right? I've never seen a silver.
I've never met a silver one, so I don't know if that would.
Maybe it's.
Trovik also never see silver
milk.
minute. Orc. Especially on 4 legs.
Do you want me to take the boars and kind of go off on the side while you go check, or
Dick,
do you want me
Dick,
to?
what are those?
His name is Rich.
He looks over and
poor man.
They look like a herd of cattle in an open field with some funky-looking rocks.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, poor Trovik. Learning the world.
I'm going to need some of that alcohol now.
They should be fine as long as we don't bother them. At least the ox. You bother the ox, they get a little temperamental around the cows, around the females.
Wait a minute.
So we can just walk carefully.
Are you having a revelation, Trovik?
Don't know what that is.
Are you using your brain?
Trovik used the loo before we left.
Oh, okay.
Oh, my brain hurts. How do y'all deal with this?
Always.
I just kind of let it happen while eating my sandwich.
He's very special.
All right, so what do you
They love you.
what are you guys gonna do? Are you gonna go to the cattle? Are you gonna walk around it, avoid them altogether?
What do you think, Moon? Actually, because you probably know more about what they might do than the rest of us.
We should go talk to them.
Well, normal cattle, you still have to give them space because everybody likes having personal space. But the silver one, I don't know. So maybe it's best to go around and to give them the space that they deserve.
We could go around.
All right.
Trovik, what direction are you being led in? Like for the smell
This way, and I point northeast.
Okay. And does that take us through the cattle? Can we go around the cattle?
Trovik will go through the what? The
No, we don't
beasts.
need to go through. We need to give them space.
It is okay. Trovik will be distraction while you go to safety.
Trovik, their livestock and distraction is not really necessary.
They are alive, as they thought. That is the important part.
Yeah. They're...
Have to find out who
They're not
going
gonna
to these things.
do anything.
They're
We just
farm
need to go
animals.
around them.
If Trovik, look at it this way. If we go around far enough, we're not even going to need a distraction because they're not going to see us.
So we go around them.
Trovik, is this
Trovik,
just because
think,
orc
think like
are on
cow.
4 legs does not mean they don't have orc eyes like Trovik do.
But Trovik, think like cow.
Let us go.
Cow
then.
don't bother us. You don't bother cow. Right? So if we don't bother cow, cow don't bother us.
Or if we don't bother orc, orc don't bother us.
Oh. Now Trovik understands.
Okay.
Let us go.
All right, so you guys are gonna just bypass the
Yes.
cows and go around?
We're gonna go around the orcs.
Okay.
How's that sandwich, TG?
You give the cattle.
Good. It was so good. Now I'm eating Doritos.
Oh my god. So you guys give, the cattle that are grazing about a bit of a wide berth. Moving about, I'll say, everybody, as you're passing, make a perception check for me.
Okay.
As you're kind of just witnessing the cattle just in there.
Is that silver one like shiny silver?
It's not shiny silver, but it's definitely silver. And you actually notice as you're kind of like passing by, there was one that was a little off or hidden away, and there's another cow or that it's like with. It's another silver one. There's two.
Okay.
I only got a 13, so never mind me.
I'm gonna slowly.
I'm passing out cookies.
Like do one of those where the rest of everybody's kind of going forward, and I just kind of slowly like.
You're slowly starting to veer off.
No, just like we'll slow it down, and like, oh, why is my boar so slow? No, like I guess I'm going to have to go this way.
Okay, so like all of you know it's like a series of cattle. You can see there are these weird placed rocks kind of like scattered about, and it's it's random. You don't understand why they're there, but it doesn't really. You see that they're there, and the cows and the cattle are ignoring them. Maybe it's just some sort of rock formations. Moon, you see the two silver ones. But Moon, I'd say with the 24, you definitely get it. Like you kind of focus a little bit more as you're passing by. They definitely give off cattle vibes, the two silver ones, but there's like a moment where the light hits them a little bit, and it looks more like armor of some kind that's kind of like covering and encompassing these two oxen or cattle. It's strange. It's as if these are armored cows, but like the entire thing is armored up. And the rock formations, getting a good look at them, you can see that they're vaguely humanoid in shape, in different poses, different heights, different shapes. Some of them are like destroyed and crumbled about. Yeah, you get a vibe that it could be people-shaped rocks.
So I'm gonna like pull Lark aside and like explain to her. So I'm pretty sure those rocks are people, or people-shaped rocks, but they look really realistic to be man-made. So I think they were man and then made into rock.
Uh-oh. What does that mean?
Also, the silver cattle, I think they're like army cattle, or like the warrior type of cattle. I don't know any, but they have like a shield-like.
Wait, there are warrior cattle? Why would anyone bother to do that?
Because they are clearly orc.
Trovik, are you still trying to get close to them?
I've never seen one,
Yeah.
but if I were to see one, I think it would look like that.
Like hoping
Well,
that people
We need to be on our guard.
didn't notice.
Also,
Trovik
I think
kind of veered off.
Trovik slipped out.
No.
I didn't
Wait,
know if
what?
anybody else noticed, but
No, don't tell him, please. Don't tell him. You don't tell Mom.
Gosh.
Here, so
I didn't know if you guys noticed, and if I had to say anything, but just in case you didn't know, he's been gone for like 3 minutes.
I'm just gonna, just for your perspective, I'm just gonna throw down some stuff on the map so you can have like a visual.
Okay. I'm hearing a lot of cows now.
Yeah. Trying to see what those are.
Those are
like,
big
icons.
Yeah. And the two silver ones, where did they go?
Those are large oxen.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Ox and cow are considered large creatures. You got one over here.
Well, so is Trovik's
and one over
eagle.
here.
Oh, fuck.
And we'll say, I don't know,
shit.
what can I'll throw down some random images.
I
to
played
represent.
Neverwinter. I know what that is.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys know what they are, but you don't know what they are. Yeah, and then it's just like
Oh, God.
series of like
Jesus.
rock formations, kind of like scattered.
I hope Trovik turns around.
Every now and then I see a whole bunch of stuff on the map, and then I don't want to go.
So yeah, that's what you kind of see. I love how Moon's token is just going.
Well, that's it for tonight. Let's go.
Well, we're gonna die.
We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Came back
No,
in for
never
a
mind.
TPK.
Cliffhanger.
Probably you see like a couple of them acknowledge your presence. They don't seem to be perturbed. The ox, obviously the
silver
bull
one.
or oxen, kind of like, they're whipping their tails back a little bit more facing
Back
your
and
direction.
forth?
Back and forth, yes.
I whip my tail back and forth, back and forth. I whip
They're a little bit more,
Anyway, yeah, sorry.
keeping an eye on you, a little bit more aggressive
This
in
guy?
their stance and whatnot. But no, like just the regular oxen.
This guy?
The horns, sure.
Oh,
be that
this
one.
guy? Okay.
The female cows, obviously, they're just kind of doing their thing, moving about. The bull are a little bit more seemingly protective, or at least alert. You do see one of the silver-looking cows. Let's say this one here, kind of like pick up on the rest of the group's presence. It's a distance. You guys are keeping a distance, except for you, depending on how close you want to get. It's kind of like slowly moving around. Not necessarily heading in your presence, but just kind of like starting to move around some of the other cattle.
Okay. I will use Magic Spirit Belly and detect the magic.
Okay. What's the range on that again?
Forever feet.
What's the actual range on that again? It's 30 feet, I believe.
Forever feet, did you say?
Yes.
That was good.
That sounds like a naughty group.
Ew.
Sounds like Tarantino's Heaven, Forever Feet.
Oh my god. Where is it? There
Pretty
it
sure
is.
it's 30 feet.
Or
But
forever 21.
If it's the detect magic spell, it's
a
30
s-
feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
30 foot.
essentially, yeah.
So from where you're standing, aside from Luminary or Dane, you don't pick up anything.
Alright. I want to...
You're just a little too far away unless you want to move closer.
slowly, with one hand out, no axe, just kind of putting hand out like Trovik is... Chris understands what's going on. Trovik is like, what turned you orcs into these beasts?
So,
And
Yeah.
Ordain to slowly go up the Trovik, seeing what he's trying to do.
sure. You get within that blinked range of, and you kind of just hit this silver-looking cow.
Yeah.
And you pick it up. You get that. It's a mixture of things. You get that same greenish.
Oh, it's
color
60
that
feet. My bad.
60
Sorry.
feet? Oh yeah, even from where you were
It's
originally.
magic
at.
awareness. Yeah. Which is
It's that same greenish color that you got from the giant orange reptile.
Mm-hmm.
But this one's also got a mixture of like yellow, maybe some brown. You're not quite sure. You yourself don't quite understand what the colors mean. You know that when you spoke to Azazel last, that each of the colors means something magical, but this silver one definitely picks it up. You pick it up on it. And it's like you're getting within that range and you're just hitting that. It kind of like, it's moving slowly, walking. You can see it. Its head is just watching you now, and it's just moving along with you.
Oh,
You
yeah.
see its snout kind of
Then
like.
I wouldn't have to be that close. I'd be like here.
Yeah, the snout kind of like, and you can see like almost like this green mist kind of just come out of its nostrils. Walks by one of the rocky formations that looks somewhat like knocked over, or crumbled, and it kind of just hits it with the side of its horn, and you can see the piece of it just breaks off and falls and crumbles into more pieces, and it's just watching you.
DG, why is that so funny?
I don't know.
What you typed?
This is comedy.
Yeah, it's good. I am alright. So I am just gonna like. I'm gonna speak in Minotaur, but what I think is orc.
Okay.
And just be like, who turns you into these?
You speak out in, your Minotaur language.
Primordial.
Just kind of primordial. Minotaur, the new primordial orc. You speak out to this thing. The rest of you all notice now that Trovik and Nordine are kind of like venturing a little bit off, and Orc and Trovik is trying to talk to them. Doesn't seem to acknowledge or respond back to you. But it does stop.
What do we say about not messing with the cows? I mean the orcs.
To not talk to strangers?
Yes.
But these are clearly magical beasts that have been turned. I want to get perception on this. Can I do like a look? I don't know. Like a combination between like my magic spirit belly just going and then just like seeing like whatever I'm seeing like this.
Like what are you trying to by looking at it, what are you trying to gauge? You can see it. It's actually fairly close. It's like maybe like 30 feet away from you at this point. It's moving not necessarily towards you, but at least in a spot where it's like it's kind of cutting you off between the rest of the herd.
All right, well then I'll just keep like real slow pacing, not intentionally ignoring Ordain, but just like in a tunnel vision like thing. And
it's definitely strange compared to the
like
rest of the
or acknowledgement.
it definitely is coming across as aggressive for sure. I cannot speak for certain. It's odd. It's compared to the rest of the cattle here. The rest of the orcs, the four-legged orcs, this one it looks as if it's covered completely in armor or made of armor, and it's just kind of standing there, and you can see it's like it's kind of like scraping one of its hooves.
Okay, I'll make
as if it's looking like it's gonna charge.
Can Azazel gauge anything from that thing? Does he have any idea what it is?
Oh shit.
Azazel's never seen anything like this before. It's, I can definitely say, to you it's unsettling because a lot of the stuff that you found within the region kind of like has been something related to what the tree speaker has been giving to this individual and what this individual has been making and releasing out into the wild to, for whatever reason. It does give off that vibe, especially considering it's like, I don't recognize that. I don't know what it is. But considering I keep coming across weird shit like this, something tells me it's another one of those things. Whatever it is.
I'll make 5 steps closer and just say, Trovik's name is Trovik from House of Prikturak. Where are you from?
Trovik, I don't think this is a good idea.
You see that it's like stamping its hoof and kind of like looking like it's gonna charge, and immediately takes off towards you.
Trovik? Oh god.
Okay. Can I have?
11 doesn't hit you, correct?
Correct.
All right, let's move on this thing again. It was specifically going for you, Trovik, but you quickly see that it's rushing towards you. This thing is massive. You jump out of the way. It just barely hits you, Ordain, but kind of like stops, turns around. And I'm gonna have to say, let's roll some initiative. So
I just wanted to talk to the silver
give me
cow.
as you're talking to it, it's just like.
You didn't want to talk.
So
Oh, that's it. Can I use inspiration for initiative?
Sure.
Cool, because that was a natural one.
Oh, good.
Oh, so we're
Oh,
rolling.
we're all rolling bad.
that's
for mood, apparently.
Oh, initiative?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh
no.
my god.
Oh, I had to roll a 19.
Oh, this is gonna
Cool.
be
Our
a big
two
one.
support characters rolled super high on their initiatives.
Great.
Oh.
Give me 1 second while I add in, the 7 other boar. Jesus Christ, you guys. Sure, bring the NPCs with you. That is always a great thing. We're gonna be here forever.
14 hours
they
later.
wouldn't fight though, so you can kind of just make them like retreat.
Just kill off a
Yeah,
couple.
we're not asking them
Yeah,
to fight right now.
We can run, right?
Sure, it's up to you.
And I guess, yeah, we could.
Yeah.
Yeah, if
I
just
mean, I was just saying if we can keep
Oh, right.
our NPCs behind us.
Oh,
at
yeah, yeah.
them. Just like, oh, stay back. We'll figure it out.
Danger, Will
Just
Robinson.
protect your guys.
We don't. There's no reason we need to fight these guys.
No,
Like,
we
what's
can-
the
we can-
point?
we should offer him cookies like Rich.
No.
Yeah, I don't think we can.
I
not
don't. I don't think they're gonna take cookies. You already pissed one off. It's too late for cookies.
It is a matter of opinion.
Oh, really?
Just found out that I can move my character with the W, A, S, and D.
Yep.
That was mind blowing. Yeah.
What? I'm
Okay.
dancing.
I'm dancing.
Oh god,
Yo,
What have I done?
Wow. Moon's got the highest initiative right now.
Who's got the high ground?
Who's got the high ground?
I do.
high ground. It's over, Anakin. I have the high ground.
I hate you.
Bear with
like
us,
a brother,
folks. I
Anakin.
have 30-something things in here, and some of them I actually have to remove because they're just, placeholders.
From my point of view, the Jedi are evil.
So listen to, the party make wisecracks and jokes about one of the Star Wars films.
Don't underestimate my power.
God,
In all
I
reality,
just
we
feel like
love
that
Hayden.
whole scene.
Anakin the surfer dude.
From my point of view, the Jedi are evil.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Bro, dude.
Bradicus Brosiah as Anakin Skywalker.
And Moon as Obi-Wan.
I'm haunted by that kiss you never should have given me. And I'm hoping that kiss does not become a scar. You're in my very soul, tormenting me. Yeah.
So this is the rest of the show tonight, folks. I don't even know why I'm bothering. Just listening to Dio,
I don't know what I'm hearing.
They were like animals, and I slaughtered them like animals. Yeah.
What's Surfer Bro Anakin's view on Sam?
I don't like sand. It's coarse, it's rough, it's dry, it gets everywhere. Unlike here, it's soft. Anyway.
Oh,
Look at
lordy,
Moon
lordy.
just sitting there smiling, drinking away.
Yeah.
This is what I have to deal with at home.
Yeah.
What? We don't live near you.
Can you just imagine?
We'll edit this part out, folks.
I'm in the non-Canadian half of this cast.
Mhm.
It's probably a good thing that we don't live near you. We'd be like, hey Matt, guess who?
Just show up at my door. It's like, oh,
You
right.
would. I wouldn't. You would
Leave
somehow
a
manage to
basket
get there.
explaining how the children are dead. Walk
Matt,
away.
did you invite some friends over? There's a lovely couple at the door.
Alright, jeez.
They're
Mom,
talking about dead
go away.
children.
Go
When
away,
are you going
Peyton.
back to school?
Damn it, Mom! I'm a grown man!
I'm
Well, you
recording
said you
in
were
my
gonna get
booth,
that
Mom.
Doctorate. You still haven't gotten that
Still in my
doctorate.
basement.
No, I'm in my room, actually. Gosh.
Yeah.
Alright. Start of the round, it is Moon and then Lark.
Go away, Mom. I'm
great.
vacuuming.
Oh, what? I thought that was a
you
start
s-
around.
What?
I saw that you
Damn
rolled
it, Matthew.
a-
That's the
Roll a
third
six.
time. That's the third time you vacuumed your room today.
It gets really dusty in here, God. And I have really bad allergies. which I actually do.
Give me the fun.
Only does
boy,
chores.
So. Anyway,
so
what's going on?
Moon and Lark are at the top of the round, and then it's all the ox and cattle. But all of you see that this silvered cow, this armored cow, whatever it may be, just charges Trovik. Trovik just kind of like leaps out of the way as it kind of like comes to a halt, turns around, and she's kind of looking at him. But what would you like to do, Moon? You are up first.
I think I'd like to cast Entangle.
Okay.
And I'm going to put. Oh, that from south?
Entangle?
No, okay, yeah, 90 feet. I can cast it here.
The 90 foot, 20-foot cube. So you're just gonna put it over there?
Yep.
Okay.
And I'm gonna be like, maybe we just avoid that whole area.
All right. As all of you kind of.
What is she casting?
Entanglement?
Entangle.
So there's like vines coming out from the ground.
Yo, like road work ahead?
Yeah.
I sure hope it does.
You can all see that it's like that particular area that Moon pointed out. It looks as though the vegetation is starting to grow and overgrow, and there's a lot of series of vines and thorns, just kind of like are sprouting from the ground.
Yo, meadows.
And let me see, just a bonus action.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, as a bonus action, I will summon a spirit.
Holy shit.
Okay.
And the spirit that I'm going to cast is the bear. And so everybody.
Is it 30 feet, I believe?
60 feet. No, yeah, it's a 30 feet radius.
So, how many temporary hit points does everybody get within that?
It's 12.
All right.
Nice.
So
I want to get. No, I want to cast it a little so I can at least, if I can get as much people as I want. But my priority is the boars.
Nice. Dig it.
Oops.
So you kind of just get like a spirit aura of a bear, and then everybody just kind of feels stronger.
So in front of Garthank, this ethereal spirit of a bear kind of like just appears, and everybody, unfortunately, except for Trovik and Ordain, gets the extra 12 temporary hit points.
It's cool.
And I believe has advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws.
Yep.
All right. Does that end your turn?
That is the end of my turn.
Okay, Lark.
Okay, I am going to,
All I hear is cows in the background.
Yeah.
I know. Okay, so this thing is like rampaging around, right? Like, or
you just
trying
see
to?
this armored ox essentially just comes and tries to barrel through Trovik and Ordain, missing them both. Mainly heading off Trovik, it seems, as it kind of like skids to a halt, turns around to face Trovik.
I am going to cast blindness, deafness on it.
Okay. Did you want to do blindness or deafness?
Blindness. But
Alright.
do I have to choose one?
You have to choose
Yeah,
one or the other.
you can choose.
Oh, it's your choice. Okay, so yes, I'm gonna choose blindness.
Okay.
But hold on, I need to be closer to do that. Wait a minute. 15, 20,
Wait a
30.
minute.
Yeah, I need to be within 30 feet.
Bless you.
Thanks.
30 feet is about roughly where Rich is. So
Okay,
where you
so
see
I'm gonna
my-
go over there.
Okay, so now you're within 30 feet.
And I'm gonna cast blindness on it.
All right. I
It
have to
gets
make
a Constitution saving throw. My DC is 15.
All right. I rolled poorly. That is a 7.
Then it is blind. Let me see
Alright.
how long that lasts. 1 minute. It lasts 1 minute.
Is it concentration?
No, actually.
All right. So Trophy, you look at this thing. It has like silver eyes along with they're pupilless, along with the rest of its body, but you immediately see them begin to go black.
Oh.
I just blinded it. Maybe we could like just go.
Yes,
Run.
go. Run.
Run.
Yep, I have a thing for that. Don't worry.
You know, but wait. 15 minutes for all these other very kind animals, beasts to go first. And then we'll run.
All I'm gonna say is for some of the ox, they kind of at least the ox, the cows, the female cows obviously don't do anything, but some of the ox get a little bit closer. 1, 2, 3.
I would like to roll to eat grass.
What?
They start moving almost to kind of head off. One of them does get stuck in the vines.
Cows. That's a bonus action. Eat grass.
Azazel,
The
you're up.
ghost is gonna get a Subaru. Listen, we all got stuck in vines. What can I say?
Yep.
Oh.
Yep. What say you, Azazel?
Okay. So I have a question first.
Sure.
So Shocking Grasp, the cantrip, says I get advantage on that spell attack roll if they are wearing armor made of metal. Does that apply for the metal bow?
Terminology. Interpretation.
I would say, yeah. It looks completely made of metal or iron of some kind. Why not?
Awesome. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to first use a bonus action to get into my blade song to give me some extra movement here, some extra schmovement, if you will. So I'm doing my magic dance, and I'm going to just run on up to the bull, and I'm going to take the attack action, where first I'm just going to hit it with a short sword to see if it does anything, and then the second attack is going to be the Shocking Grasp.
Okay.
So, first, short sword.
Isn't there a metaphor that says something like, Azazel, don't sword slap the ox with your scimitar? Isn't that
That's
like a
new
metaphor?
one for me.
No?
I'm assuming the short sword misses with the 10.
Let me double check again. So you have advantage on it. That was one thing I just wanted to double check. So you have advantage because it's blinded.
Oh! Cool,
Yes.
cool. So, second roll, not much better, is a 15.
So what's your highest of the two?
15.
15. You go over and try and hit it, and you hear like boom, and it just kind of rings your sword for a second. You're just like, whoa, and you can just feel the vibration in your hands. This thing is like heavily plated, and you're just like, you make no sort of.
Okay.
You hit it.
So then immediately from that, I'm going to extend my hand and hit it with the Shocking Grasp, also at advantage.
All right.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God.
Listen,
You're
I thought
joking me right now.
You guys were all doing great on the ability checks, but when it comes to the attack rolls, it's no.
Oh, boy.
I was hoping to have it so that way there was no chance of it taking an attack of opportunity. Dang it.
14. No,
Hey,
you
don't have a cow, man.
you hit it. It begins to turn around, and you quickly like grab its backside and try and shock it with your magic. It just kind of like sparks across the body, and now the bull itself is turning around roughly, and it's not looking at you. It's blinded. It's kind of looking a little bit off, but it's aware of that you're there.
Okay. What I'm going to do then, because I took about 15 feet of movement to get here, so I got 25 more.
Okay.
So I'm going to use 10 feet to get to this backside, and just like when I get there, I'm going to yell like, "Keep it away from the herd," and then we'll keep moving, so that way it hears that I'm behind it.
Okay. It's like slowly trampling around.
And then I'm just gonna back away like this way.
Okay. It's gonna attempt to make an opportunity attack at disadvantage. It hears you move. It hears you yelling from behind it and tries to go for a back kick. I rolled double 8s. That is a 16. Miss.
Ooh.
So it tries to like back both hooves.
Our wizard's
And you're
got
just
a
like,
higher
"Woo!"
AC than our barbarian.
Yeah. Does not lay a
That's
hand
my
on
turn.
you. All right. It is their turn.
Yep.
The one that's off in the distance. The other.
Distance.
From a distance.
It gets to about here. It's now kind of like running through the rest of the ox and cattle.
Go
It's gonna
left,
make its
go
way
left.
around.
Turn.
I yell to the group.
It gets about that far, and you can see it's identical as the other one. It's fully armored and plated and whatnot. However, as it gets just around the area there, just past the other ox, you see this green mist just kind of billow out of its mouth towards you, Azazel. Oh, actually no, a little too far. Hang on. Can just reach. Just reach.
Ooh.
That's his last words.
That's less than ideal. Go left.
Just like, as you're rushing, you see this gas kind of like just heading towards you, and you can feel it, and you're just like, oh no, and you kind of inhale for a moment. Make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Okay. Hey! That's a dirty 20.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that definitely succeeds.
Nice.
That's it. So you feel the gas, and you just kind of like you breathe in for a moment, and you kind of like cough, and but you're just out the edges of it, and you quickly just move out a little bit further away so that the gas doesn't like encompass you, but it definitely doesn't feel great. That's the first one.
Green gas doesn't feel great. Go left. Green gas doesn't feel great.
But this one, it can sense that there's a bunch of people around it. You know what? I'm gonna roll for it. See if it can figure out where the hell anybody is around it. It's funny enough, it's going to do the same thing, turn around and spray its gas back towards you.
Awesome. I love it. Let's do it.
However, this time you get caught up in the gas. So make another Constitution saving throw for me.
Do be like that.
17.
17. This time you feel it kind of hit you, and just like your muscles kind of like spasm and tense up for a moment, and you're just like, oh, but you're just like, you're dancing, you're moving, you keep going, and it's that
Stay limber, Starflower. Stay limber.
Pretty much, and you keep going. That ends.
Foundry. Thank you so much, Foundry.
That ends your turn. It kind of like just turns around, sprays it in a general direction, but it is Rich's turn. Rich, unfortunately, is on top of Garthak, so he's gonna hold his action until Garthax. I forget what I said, but it's gonna move. But Luminary, it is your turn.
So I'm going to let me make sure I can hit this one. Okay. How far is this silver one?
Which
at
one?
The
The
top
one
area.
this area?
One.
It's about 40 feet.
Cool. I'm going to cast. Oh god, I'm not gonna be able to freaking say this. So I'm gonna do my best, and you'll know what it is.
Okay.
I'm going to cast the Raylothim's psychic.
Rolothim's psychic glance.
Yeah, that thing.
Sure. Okay. What do I need to roll for that?
I'm
pretty sure it's a save.
Intelligence.
Ralph Lauren. Intelligence?
Ralph
Yeah.
Lemieux.
There's a total of 11.
It doesn't make it.
All right. So what happens? Remind me.
It takes 7d6 psychic damage and is incapacitated till the start of the next or my next turn.
Damn.
So this one
God
is.
damn.
So, let's see. Incapacitated.
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 28 damage.
28 points of psychic damage. You kind of just, like you did that one time with the hag, you just kind of like focus your mind in this like almost invisible, yet you can kind of see the disrupting waves in the space around you through the air as it just kind of like impacts, and you hear this armored bull just kind of, and then you can hear the plates on his body kind of shake and shamble like clanging metal pots, like it's like shaking in place.
Emotional damage.
Emotional damage, yes.
And I'm going to move to here. That's the end of my turn.
All right, Trovik, you're up. Ordain, you're on deck.
All right. Going to bonus action rage.
Gauge the rage. Roll your D8.
Gauge the rage. Roll my D8. Take it for a D8.
Take it for a date.
Oh god, I was so close to a 7. A 3.
You're like, please no 7.
Yeah, no more
please
7.
No 7.
And my hit pool is 77, so it's like they're everywhere, and it's my looking number. All right, so 3. What is that? Let's see here.
I don't quite remember what 3 is off the top of my head.
I'm looking it up.
You turn into a mouse.
No. That'd be hilarious, but no.
You should add that.
He's not a wild magic sorcerer. Though that'd be hilarious. That would definitely make things more interesting if it wasn't just like battle damage and like area of effect stuff.
Okay. I'm clicking on it and it's not coming up.
Okay, here. Quickly.
It's called
3.
Wild Surge. Here it is.
An intangible spirit which looks like a flump or a pixie. Your choice. I don't think you've actually gotten this one before.
Yes.
I was right. You are something.
So essentially, we'll say a small little creature appears within 5 feet of a creature of your choice that you can see within 30 feet of you.
What's a flump?
Oh.
A flump is, it looks like a pancake
No.
with tentacles and eyes.
No, not the flump.
Yep, I want the flump.
Okay,
Like
I
a
don't
mouth
actually
at the
have.
top.
I don't
It's
actually
okay.
have a flump, but we'll say for shits and giggles. What would be an interesting thing to put down here that I have?
Sergeant Pepper. Sergeant Pepper is the flump.
No. Here, we'll use this. This is the I wouldn't say it's the closest thing, but it's weird.
It works.
All right, so you
It's
can put
that.
it within 30 feet of you.
Okay, cool.
Oh my god.
It's my flump. I'm gonna put it.
Point to me where you want to drop it.
Drop it like it's hot, right there.
Drop it like it's hot.
They bully.
So
Get
a
it?
little
See
flump
what I did?
magically
bully.
appears next to this thing, this armored bull, and just kind of like
picking on
appears there.
my
It
food.
literally looks like a floating pancake with tentacles that come out from the bottom and a bunch of eye stalks. It actually looks kind of cute, surprisingly, though.
He used
definitely
to work
weird.
at IHOPs. So then I am going to try to rodeo this confused orc that has 4 legs and grab the bull by the horns, as one would say, and jump on top of this bad boy.
You're gonna try and grapple it.
Oh, we're not running?
Oh no! I want you I yelled run to everybody. Like if I know I heard you all going running, but I'm trying to distract while everybody gets away. Hopefully, fingers crossed. We'll see. So grappling. Yes.
All right. Make your grapple check. Roll a strength check.
With advantage, right?
Yeah, if you're attempting to jump on it, you'll be within the
'Cause you're
bear spirit.
raging, you have advantage.
That too, yeah. So you have 2 forms of advantage on this. And they don't stack, unfortunately, but I rolled terribly. It is blinded. It It can't figure out where it is. You just grab it by the horns, bring
Yep.
it down to the ground, and just vault over it, grab it, and land on its back like you're riding the boar. Just it's made of metal, and it's a lot bigger.
And I will keep talking in my Minotaur, aka primordial orc tongue. Like, who did this to you? We are not here to hurt you. Friend,
So-
my name is, Trovik, me, Trovik, you, friend, not
You
bad.
still have a second attack if you want, because you can replace one attack with a
He's
grapple.
attacking with
I
words.
will slap it with in the bum bum.
Oh.
Yeehaw!
Trophy.
It kind of hurts you a little bit because it's made of metal. You're just like,
Ow.
but you see Trovig on top of this metal bull, and it's just kind of bucking in place. Does that end your turn?
Yeah.
All right. Let me just double check this flump thing because it's got a lot of verbiage to it.
My flump has verbs.
In the current turn. Okay. All right. Fair enough. So Ordain, it is your turn.
Oh
Oh,
Jesus!
this is a lovely situation.
So you see Trovig just
Wait,
jump up.
Does that explode now?
I'm gonna rule it at. It doesn't it's kind of vague.
It says current.
Yeah. So I figure at the end.
Next,
Of,
right?
Oh, it's around. No. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's like you see this little pancake little creature with tentacles just kind of appear. It looks all cute, whatever, and then immediately explodes after.
He's
It's like Mr. Meeseeks.
Yeah, pretty much.
He's like, oh jeez!
My job's complete.
Your golf
Each
swing
creature.
sucks!
So, this one of the ox and the metal bull. Roll for damage for me, Trovik.
Okay.
They all have to make dexterity saving throws.
It's it's a whole whopping 1d6. So
Yeah, it's only a d6
Ooh.
damage, but
like a
Crazy
D6.
damage.
3.
3
Say-
points of force damage, and this one is incapacitated.
Existence is pain.
Okay, yeah, that definitely succeeds. That's gonna take, and I think it does half damage. And each creature within 5 feet must. No, it's either suck or save, so to speak. So, the iron bull does not take any damage. However, the regular ox.
Uh-oh.
Hey,
I have damage
you do.
on my own kind.
What's your saving throw?
Me?
Yeah,
For
it should be 8 plus your proficiency bonus, which
Oh.
is 4 plus your con modifier. So
con.
12 plus your con.
12 plus my con. Oh, okay, my bad. 14. Sorry.
14. So the ox fails and the ox takes.
Whoops. And as I'm saying, like, friends. We are friends. Can you believe
Someone
it?
takes
Jody
3
never
points of
saw
force
Friends.
damage.
Never got into the show. Can't believe it. We'll continue riding you. Ah. Oh, don't clip that.
Ordain.
All right.
How to make sure people clip something instantly say don't clip that.
Please don't clip that.
Exactly. So move right here.
I have the
And-
power.
I am going to.
Oh.
Make draw my blade, do a slashy slash, and make it ice. I believe. That's the second one I have.
Okay.
Just gonna make sure I'm not down there. One. Yeah, I did the frozen one. Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna make it an ice blade, and I'm going to attack twice.
It's a nice
Add-
blade.
You get advantage for both
Nice
strikes.
ice blade. Ooh.
Nice ice blade. So make your 2 attacks, add advantage.
Okay, well, good. I can't roll well today. That's a 12 for the first attack.
Fortunately, 12 does not hit. You hit the side of it as it's kind of like bucking Trovik around, and just kind of this loud banging sound. Go for your second attack.
Second one, that was a 23.
23 hits.
So that will be 14 plus 2 ice damage. So 14 slashing plus 2 ice.
14 points of slashing damage and 2 points of ice damage. Okay.
Yep. And I'm just gonna back up right here. Let's kind of yell for it. I'm right over here.
All right. That ends your turn?
Yep, that was my turn.
Okay. So for the rest of the boars, they're going to start shifting. They'll make it about here. Rich is like, after hearing Trovik and the others say, yeah, run, he's going to start making his way ahead away from these bulls. Making my way. And that will end this round of combat. We'll be back at the top of the round. However, we will have to do this in 2 weeks. We will continue where we left off and see whether these guys choose to, break the bulls or run from the bulls.
Get the horns.
Cowabunga.
Ride the bulls.
I can't wait to forget about this, come back in 2 weeks and see Azazel in the middle of 2 green sprays of gas.
Yeah.
Just standing there going, what the actual fuck?
What is going on here? But thank you everybody for showing up tonight and watching this madness unfold. Sorry for the late start, but
More madness to come.
More madness to come.
Always Ace Ventura with the 2
Expect more
spears in the leg. Okay. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Bye.
You already
Bye,
heard him say all the
y'all.
cool stuff. Be good to each other, be awesome, and beat hate with love. Bye! Lisa, flop sad and watch you die.